From school classrooms to living rooms across New York City, our mission is to amplify untold stories and create space for healing, leadership, and transformation, one voice at a time. Welcome to The Art of Storytelling, a media education initiative that empowers individuals to find their voice, craft their narrative, and share their truth through the power of podcasting and digital storytelling. Reach out to us today at Coleman Global.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Pathways and Purpose, where we're finding direction one step and one story at a time. My name is Joanna. I'll have 3 guests joining me today, which this episode will be talking about music.
Hi, my name is Sanaya.
Hello, my name is Evelyn.
Hi, my name is Katri.
So today we're going to be talking about music, and we're going to be getting started with a question of what genre of music do you like?
So I think my favorite type of genre of music, I really listen to all types of music. I enjoy all types of music, but my favorite types would be like Afro beats, Caribbean music. I love pop. R&B is definitely top. Yeah, just jazz. I love jazz. I like those music genres because I feel like they have a lot of soul and a lot of history behind them, especially as an Afro-Latina. Definitely, I feel my history writhing through the music and through the beats and the lyrics.
I think it would be like the late 80s music or like any Spanish music. Like I don't have any specific due to I come from a Hispanic family, so that's what I usually hear my parents listening to. And I feel like it's a way to relax myself when I'm doing something.
For me, I like any type of music, how Sanaya said, but I feel like the music that I hear the most is probably Hispanic and K-pop, which is Korean culture. That helps me a lot because I do everything with music. Music is like something that really supports me when I have anything in mind. That music is like my greatest supporter. So I'll do anything with music, cooking, cleaning, doing my homework, reading a book. So yeah, music for me is very important to me.
For me, I listen to mostly rock bands such as like Foo Fighters, Black Sabbath, and AC/DC. AC/DC has to be like probably my favorite band of all times. That's the type of genre I mainly listen to. What would you say the time of like a day or a specific like mood, I guess, you'll be into to listen to music?
That's a really good question. It depends on my environment. When I am doing homework or college prep in the evenings, I would say in college I listened to a lot of music as that like provided me with comfort in the silence as I was dorming alone. So in college I would listen to music, whether it's to class, if it was just in my dorm, even sometimes to sleep.
I agree with Sanaya, like on my way there, on my way back. Or for example, when I'm washing dishes, brooming, mopping, I feel like it's a way to distract myself and like to manage to do my stuff.
For me, I agree with Sanaya and Evelyn because like how Sanaya says, cars and buses always are the best ones for me, especially cars. Like when you roll down the window and like the breeze, you feel that. With the music, that's the best one for me.
Going back to something that Sanaya mentioned is that she found comfort in music. I feel like I can personally relate to that, as during middle school and like freshman high school is when I really found my love for like 80s rock and like general rock. That's kind of something that like helped bring like a sense of, I guess, belonging, considering that rock is like something that I've always like enjoyed and like resonated with me. Yeah. Do you guys find comfort or like feel any type of like emotion when listening to music, or no?
So yeah, I personally feel it definitely depends on what type of music I'm feeling, and also it could be how I'm feeling dictates what music genre I listen to. For example, if I'm like listening to indie, I'm gonna be like in a chill mood, or honestly in a productive mood, in a mood that I want to be calm in. If I'm listening to like my Afro beats and my Caribbean music, I'm obviously going to be in a more upbeat mood and need like a pick-me-up. If I'm listening to rock, I would definitely be in a little emo mode. But yeah, I think music dictates how I feel, and how I feel dictates what music I'm gonna listen to.
I agree with Sanaya. It depends the feeling you're feeling. Like what you're thinking about. I feel like it all depends because let's say you're feeling like energetic and happy, but you're just listening to let's say an 80s song, and it's so calm and chill, but that's not the mood you're listening to or feeling. So then it just you can't vibe with the song. You will need something like to match your energy. So I feel like it always depends on the way you're feeling and whatever you want to listen to match.
I agreed with Sanaya and Evelyn. When I'm very energetic, my Hispanic music goes a long way. You see me dancing and singing all night long. I will not be tired. If I'm feeling a little bit more calmer, like I'm trying to like relax, I'm more in my like pop a little bit. For me, depends on like what I think. Cause like when I hear music, I think a lot. So that's why I don't show really a lot of emotion when I'm like out in public, but when I'm in like by myself, I show like myself because like I'm in my own house, like, you know. So I feel like it depends on your mood or whatever you're thinking about. So yeah.
For me personally, I feel like I don't really have to be in a specific mood to listen to music, whether I'm bored, energetic, feeling a little down, stressed, anxious. I feel like I always just plug in my headphones and just listen to what I always listen to, rock. There's no like specific mood or time that I listen to it. I listen to like different types of rock, punk rock, indie rock, grunge rock, heavy metal rock even. I don't really have to be in a specific mood. I just plug in my headphones and just listen to whatever I feel like. And I always listen to like to do like everything, whether it be chores, whether I'm just outside walking, I'm doing work, I'm on my way to school. And something you three mentioned is car rides. I feel like I always take public transportation. I always have like either my headphones or my earbuds and my phone. I always just plug them in and I just like always like listen to it. I feel like I kind of like get like some like, you know, chill vibes just listening to music and just doing nothing kind of. What are you guys' favorite bands and singers that you guys feel like really like resonate with you?
For me, that's a really, really difficult question as I listen to a whole bunch of genres of music and a whole bunch of people. I guess for Afro beats, I know this is kind of mainstream, a little Tyla. I love Tyla. She's a new artist popping out. I think she made her debut, world debut in 2024. I really love for R&B, Alicia Keys and Miguel. They're like my favorite. I love Av Noir as well. Oh, that's a really difficult question. There's so many. Okay, for rock, Linkin Park and System of a Down, those are my faves. I grew up on them, and from a very early age, I was listening to them because of my dad. Yeah, there are countless people. I mean, Blood Orange and Men I Trust, those are indie bands and people, and they're just great. Like, I love Tim Impala. I could go on forever, but I really just enjoy music, and I appreciate the people who make music and the music that I like specifically. I'm curious to see your guys' answers.
Well, I'm speechless because really I rarely hear music, so it's like I don't really have a favorite singer or a band. So really it's just I hear anything that goes with the flow, so that's technically it.
For me, I'm gonna say my top 5 because like Sanai said, it's very hard. I had to think for a bit because I can't. First one has to be Billie Eilish. I love her songs. Billie Eilish, I could go all day. Coney Gray, he's a good one. Love him. The Neighborhood, love The Neighborhood. Arctic Monkeys, and there's this one Japanese rock band that I listen to, One OK Rock. I love their music. One music that I first heard from them was Stand Out Fit In. That music really got to me because it shows how like we all trying to be different people, but the lyrics says Stand Out Fit In. Don't need to be skinny or fat, just be yourself no matter what other people say. So when I first heard that music, that really got to me because like we all can agree that we're trying to be someone else. No matter if you're fat, skinny, if someone's like doing things to you, you always try to fit in. So that one is like one of my favorite songs from them. I would love that song. So I really, like Sanai said, I really appreciate music a lot, and the people that I listen to, the artists, they're the best. I support them, and I hope that music goes on to the future and everything.
I feel like for me, I kind of listen to like the same like artists. I listen to different songs, but like I listen to the same like repeated like artists. I don't like have like any new artist. My favorite band of all time would have to be AC/DC. I feel like some of my other favorite bands would have to be Arctic Monkeys, John Bon Jovi, Green Day, Pearl Jam, and definitely Nirvana. And I feel like a new band that I recently discovered, like I think like a year ago, would have to be Eve. It's a J-pop type of like indie rock type of like style of music, but Japanese basically. And they deal with like a lot of like songs that like deal with like everyday like struggles, like in a catchy and a positive way. And that's kind of something that I like. Some of their songs like I really related to, and that's kind of why I kind of like discovered and like listened to them as well. So like aside from like classic 80s rock, I feel like that's something like I started like opening up to. J-pop style like rock bands like Eve. Yeah, I feel like. Do you guys have any like songs in specific or like albums that like is definitely your top favorites?
For sure. Honestly, my favorite album of all time is The Diary of Alicia Keys. I grew up on that one. Alicia Keys is a really, really important artist in my family, especially in the relationship that I have with my mom. She grew up singing Alicia Keys songs to me, and I literally just love Alicia Keys. She's such a comfort artist for me. The Diary of Alicia Keys it has so much depth than people just think that, like, than it has outside, than people, I don't know the right word. It's deeper than most people are able to comprehend, and I love that. The album is just, it's so coming of age, and she did write that album and produce it. It's written 100% or 90% by her. She owns all of her songs, and I really admire that as an artist. The authenticity, the creativity, the honesty. It's something that it's very rare to find that now in our generation. So I appreciate her and that album as a whole. I have a poster in my dorm, in my college dorm, of that album. So yeah, has some of my favorite songs there.
Well, that's amazing. I don't have a specific like album or nothing, but I do have like, we could say, a favorite song, and it's a song that my dad dedicated to my mom when they first met each other, which was about almost 20 years ago. And that song, it's a Spanish song, so it's called Tres Mil Años. I don't know the specific artist, but it's a love song, and it talks about how much they love each other, how they're willing to risk everything for each other, and they just want to be like together. It's a pretty nice song, and when I first heard it, I actually cried over it, because not only that, but my parents have like a huge like nice story, but with some stuff that I wouldn't talk about, but that's really it.
For me, one of my favorite artists I always listen to, I'm not quite sure if y'all ever heard of him, Ivan Cornejo. He's a Mexican singer. An album that I have from him, I could just pick Pero Abandonado. That one's a very good one. His music's mostly about like relationships, like sad relationships, how he overcomes his relationships. So I feel like his music to me like really sends out to me. Like just now when I got here, I was singing to him. Ivan Cornejo is one of my favorite artists. Love his music. Every music he does is so good. So yeah.
I feel like for me, I have like a couple favorite albums that are definitely at top. I just don't know how to like decide like which one's the absolute best. But one of them would have to be the Back in Black album by AC/DC from 1980, which includes some of my favorite. It even includes my favorite song of all times, "Have a Drink on Me," and "Hell's Bells," close second. "Shoot a Thrill" and songs like that are some of my favorites. I feel like my second favorite album would have to be "Nevermind" by Nirvana, which includes songs like "Drain You" and and come as you are. And that wraps up in this episode of Pathways and Purpose, in the episode of music. I'd like to thank my 3 guests for joining me in this episode dedicated to music of Pathways and Purpose, finding direction one step and one story at a time. Good night.
Thank you for having us.